Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy. The one who showed me now and forever. No, you'll never be alone again. All day, oh yeah, all day. Please stay in my arms.
I love the song. Isn't that a great song? I saw this. This is the song for the show. Hello, welcome everyone to the first edition of Homespun Magic on Planet Flipside. I am Vincent Littleball. I will be your host. We are talking about crafts, DIY. We're going to be covering anything that you make by hand in this segment on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. So tonight we're going to be talking mostly about crochet. And first, I'm going to bring up the very cherry bomb pop. Hello. What you working on?
I have a, it's called a Wild Wisteria shawl. It is, the pattern is by Wickedly Handmade.
Oh, nice.
And I love her patterns. And I'm doing it on a 3-weight vintage, like older than both you and I put together. Let's put it this way. Does that tell you anything?
Yes, I had some of that. I didn't baby blue. I did booties out of it.
I have the baby blue as well.
Yes, I made booties for a special project. I was going to work on this, but I realized I'm going to have to actually figure out what I did. So I started out with, let me see if I can get this in camera. I started off with these squares.
Right.
Which aren't laying very flat. And I put them together, and I started building up the blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like I was doing half
doubles,
I think. And then I did a row. Oh, it's a half double and then a back loop single. But we'll deal with that later. This is going to be big. This is blocked out to be a king size blanket.
No.
So this is just the start. So I'll probably do the sample. But I have these blocks that I need to decide what to do with. And this is also for a king. These would be for a king size. These 12 inch. I think these are 12 inch.
Oh, that's pretty. I love the color scheme.
This is I think this is the one I'm probably going to keep. I do like the black and white box that I did.
Yeah.
But I kind of like that granny square a lot. So, hey, I found somebody knocking at the door. It's the Vivacious Doll.
Hi,
doll. Hi, lady.
Hi, lady.
What you doing?
Well, I'm making this.
Oh.
But I'm doing it in these colors.
Oh,
Halloween. Yep. Mm-hmm. So
I found the cutest wreath pattern for crochet, and it's a black cat, and I'm gonna make it, and it's gonna sit outside of my door all year long because of my babies.
Awesome.
Yes.
So when you guys are working and you change color, do you stitch your tails in, or do you leave them out, or what do you do?
Depending on where I'm at, like if I'm doing like a single crochet or a double that's going to go straight across or whatever stitches, as long as it's like literally straight across, I crochet it in. Otherwise, I just leave the tails and weave them in later.
Yeah. I've actually paid people to weave in my tails after I've made an entire blanket. So,
yes.
Hate it. I did little squares. They were, I think, 3-row squares. Yeah, the center and then 2 rows out all different scrap colors. I did it enough to be a king-size bed, and then I trimmed it with a pattern of Molly Weasley's sleeves from Harry Potter. So it just, basically, it took the blanket to a dust ruffle down to the floor.
Yeah.
It's been beautiful. I loved it. The only problem is near the end while I was going the rounds, one skein, single stitch around. It was so much yarn. And the thing was so heavy. But yeah, that ended up selling for like $870 on sale.
Oh my god.
It was huge. That a lot of that had to do with product. But
well, yeah, and a lot of people don't realize when you're talking about prices for handmade items, that's too expensive. No, it's not. You're paying for my time. You're paying for the fact that I went out and bought the product to give to you. And a lot of it is you're paying for my time and my effort.
Well, and if you think about most stores, a minimum, they're going to double the product's cost.
Yes.
And add at least 10%.
Yes.
For anything. And if you're getting anything that took the artist at least 5 days, it's going to be about $500.
Yeah.
Jimmy! Welcome. I'm here.
Is Jimmy in here?
Jimmy says, hi, Cherry.
Hi, Jimmy.
Mel. Hi, Mel.
Hi, Mel.
Hubby says, hi, Jimmy. Hi, Cherry. Hi, doll.
Hi.
Don't say hi to me. No, you just walked past me.
Hi, hubby.
No pay, no cheese. That's right. No cheese for you.
Oh, goodness.
So this particular thing that I'm working on has a lot of like single crochets because it is a pillow. Like you stuff it yourself and everything like that. So just so you guys know, whenever we're doing anything like this, like stuffing anything, it's better to work in smaller stitches because then it holds everything a lot better.
Yes.
Which is all
you want a tight gauge.
Right.
However, if you're going to buy a box of polyfill, do not open it from the top because it will explode everywhere.
That's funny. Cherry's headset is cool. That's actually a trucker's headset, isn't it?
It really is. It's actually made by Rand McNally. And the side piece actually does come off, and then there's another piece to attach to it, so it'll be like an actual trucker headset. But I wanted it because it's like super cute. And I literally pull my mic up to mute, and it's my trucker was so excited when I got it. He was like, I need one. So now we have matching headsets.
Aww, how cute.
However, I've also decided that I need to get a pair like the beautiful two of these women had, but I want mine in purple. I'm addicted to headsets now.
Purple. Yep.
They do come in purple, they come in blue, and they come in black. I think those are the only colors. They were talking about releasing a yellow, but I don't believe they have yet. And we do use Cohen's. We are not paid by Cohen, but Cohen should pay us because a lot of people have started using Cohen's because of us.
Yeah.
I saw them on Amazon and I was like, I should do that. And then my trucker was like, I have Love's points. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, what? Okay, I'm gonna spend your trucker money.
Points?
Do you know how hard it is to be able to sit here and do this with teeny tiny yarn and be almost completely blind without your glasses on?
I was just thinking, I can't see a thing. This is...
Right?
I'm using black. Okay?
Oh, I go yarn blind so quick from black. It's not even funny. Like 2 rows in and I'm like, I can't see.
Yep. I have to look everywhere but the freaking thing. Just basically feel your way. You're like...
Black is the worst to go yarn blind on, but like I go yarn blind on any solid color really because it's like it gets blurry. And I've sat here with my big old 18-inch LED ring light making it even worse.
Oh yeah, I've done that. Oh yeah, and you know what's funny? I've sat there and I'm like, Vixie, I can't see what I'm doing. She's like, why not? And I was like, I don't know. It's too dark in here. So I put on my ring light just so that I can crochet and see while we're on the phone. She's like,
yes.
Really?
That's
I'm like, yeah, it's fantastic.
I need to get some. I want to get like like the little flashlights you can put on your hat and start using those while I'm crocheting. But I also, if I'm going to use, you can get them at Home Depot or Lowe's, by the way.
Yep.
Or if I'm going to continue using the ring light, I need to get some blue light blocking glasses because of the LEDs.
Oh yeah. I turned on my ring light has multiple settings, and one is the LED is so blue, and I turned that one on. Hubby was like, "Whoa!" when I turned it on.
So the one that I'm using, my big one, that the only thing that it does is it's all LED, but it just, the lighting, you can adjust the lighting as far as like brightness. Now my little one has like daylight settings, LED settings, and then like fluorescent settings.
Yeah.
And I like it, except it doesn't like holding my phone anymore, so.
Oh, I understand that.
I don't know if you saw the pics on my Insta. However, oh, you can't see her. Hold on. So this little piece right here.
This little gem.
Oh.
We're gonna be using that on more videos with the OCs.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yes, she didn't take very long to make either. She's very simple.
So one of the things I was looking at. Yeah, pulling the mic up to mute does sound cool. One of the things that I was looking at this morning, I had an idea, like just popping in my head. So I looked it up, see if I could find anybody else. And of course, there's tons of people who did it. And that is making a wig out of yarn.
Oh,
yeah.
I have this idea. I'm not sure how to. There are so many ways to do it.
Oh, I'm
Now I
so
have to figure
excited.
out-
Wool would be a really good yarn to use for.
Unfortunately,
for
the lanolin kills me.
yeah.
So it probably will be Red Heart synthetic. I would use cotton because I love cotton, but I don't think I could handle the price of cotton. By the time I had enough,
Well, it depends
would be
on what
more.
cotton you use, because like if you go to the Big HB, they have a specific brand that's only like $2 a pound.
Oh, that's pretty good. I usually get the 3-pound cones from Peaches and Cream to do things like washcloths and stuff like that.
See, and for the longest, the only thing I would use was Red Heart Super Saver because I didn't know that other yarns existed.
Oh yeah,
and I'm
well,
starting
Super
to like.
Saver's so much nicer than it used to be, though.
It is, but it's still there's still a little scratchy. But I'm starting to. I'm starting to play with like mandala, like a lot of Lion brand. And
I like Lion brand. I like it. I love bamboo. Bamboo's one of my favorites.
Bamboo is the best.
I have
so nice to work with. It's expensive.
But I'm also starting to play with. I love this yarn. I'm also getting into different sizes of yarn. Like what I'm working on now, I already made in a 4-weight, and this is Yarn Bee, and oh my god, soft, just soft. Yeah.
So a standard crochet is Worcester weight with what is called an H hook, which is a number 8. That's standard for most. Then there's sports weight, and the smaller your hook, the tighter your loops are going to be. See all these different. There we are. See all these different sizes? Now, I cannot find these anywhere. I have this hook. When I crochet jewelry. My crochet jewelry is thread.
Yes.
I could not find, let me see it.
That almost looks like a crochet hook that you would use for when you're frosting hair.
It's very similar. It's actually a little tinier. Oh
my goodness!
Wish I had something to like compare the size. 80s teeny. Can't find.
But yeah, it's
my very teeny tiny.
My eyes would go insane.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't do it very often anymore. I have some stuff I'm sending doll to put in the shop. Some rainbow stuff that I did and some bracelets. Ooh. But That's thread. I use actually thread. And
Yeah.
my great grandmother would crochet washcloths with cotton thread.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like
And
the
that's
time
where I
and the
got this hook
patience.
from. And when I misplaced
Oh.
it once,
You lost your mind.
because I couldn't find any. I looked everywhere. I looked in hobby stores. I looked at knitting stores. I looked at the yarn, the mom and pop yarn shops. We have tons of those down here because we have older. I live in the art district of my town, so and
Right.
then we have like 3 different what they call fiber arts stores. So, and they're all like, "That doesn't exist." I'm like, "Yes, it
Yes, it
does."
It does.
I also have I have. Oh, I should have grabbed it. I have a crochet hook that my grandfather carved. It's about, I thought it was bigger because I needed a K for a hat I was making.
Mhm.
So I pulled it out. I'm like, oh, I have this big. Oh, it's just really long. It's like an 8. It's like a standard size, but he
Right.
carved it out of birch.
Oh, that's.
So
I bet it's beautiful.
It's really, everyone always asks me, where'd you get that? And I'm like, oh, my grandfather carved it. One day he was out, grandma needed a hook, so, and I thought it was big because she used to make rugs with it.
Mhm.
She used to crochet all her old nylons into rugs.
Oh. Like I've had a pom-pom rug that's probably 3 years old at this point, but getting to find the actual yarn that I'm making out of, you know how that goes. You find one you
Yeah.
like and you can never find it again.
Right.
But all I'm using is like, the foamy kitchen mats that you put in like your drawers or whatever. I'm using those and making pom-poms and then tying them on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to grip the floor. Now, if I ever finish it, that's like my longest length of a whip I've ever made. Like, it's just not ever going to get done.
Well, and then I did a lot of what's called freestyle crochet. I got really into that. In the intro, there's a purse that comes down to the screen. It's the half top of jeans, like a three-year-old girl's jeans. And I cut the legs off,
Mm-hmm.
and I lined that with flannel, like a lime green flannel. It was really soft, and put a couple pockets in there. And then I did a freestyle crochet in like burnt orange, yellow, green, very 70s colors, really earth tones. And it was freestyle crochet. You just start with a color and you crochet a bobble, and then you just keep adding it. It just turns out into this weird. I don't even know how to describe it. Anyway, it's fun.
I just barely learned how to read patterns within the last year. I've been doing everything off of like videos.
Mm-hmm.
And like one day it just clicked because what I was doing was as I was watching videos, I was writing, like I learned all of the abbreviations for everything, and then I would write them down as I was going through the video. And that helped a lot for being able to learn how to read a pattern. And let me tell you, when I finished my first pattern correctly, I was so damn excited I couldn't stand it. So after that, I was like, oh, I can do this. And then 2-inch binders and a 1/2-inch binder later, full of patterns.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of stuff I make up. Like these are just stuff that I...
Right.
And Doll's like, you need to write those down so we can sell them.
Yes, people will buy patterns legitimately. Like I am a person. I swear to God, I'm hoarding patterns at this point. Like,
Well,
I may never get to this, but it's pretty and I want it, and I'm gonna buy it.
Right.
For those of you if you're just starting, I can tell you 2 books that I would get. If you want to knit, get Stitch and Bitch and Stitch a Bitch Nation. If you crochet, get Happy Hooker. They're by the same woman, and they're amazing. And they're very modern patterns. There's like, one has a sweater with a skull and crossbones in it. One has a cowboy hat. They did in hot pink. And whoa, we went.
Ow, doll!
Well,
I
I'm
thought that was
sorry. I
boom.
don't know what just happened. No idea. That was weird.
But there's patterns for like sock monkey purses, and it's all very modern
Right.
stuff. It's not like, this is not your grandma's crochet, I think is
Right.
one of the taglines.
And that's the thing is, like, okay, so for example, a couple weeks ago, one of Justin's coworkers, they were in the yard at the same time, and dude walked up and was like asking how I was doing, and he said, "I got to tell you something." And Justin says, "What's that?" And he said, "You and your old lady, you guys just are two separate people. Like, she's pierced and tattooed and crazy and crochets. What is that about? And here you are, Mr. Normal." And I was like, okay, this mother... Oh, we finished. Okay. So I crocheted him a pillow that said "off," and he loved it.
I would do.
I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like, "Here you go," and he was like, "You made this." I was like, "I made that. I crocheted that."
Yeah.
I think it might have been the Twisted Hatter.
Mm-hmm.
Did the Oogie Boogie?
Yes.
The sexy Oogie Boogie.
Yes. I want that pattern.
I want that.
Yes.
I want that outfit. I don't even care if I'm not
Yeah.
the one who made it. I want it.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to wear it to Doll's wedding.
That would
Yeah.
be awesome. Well,
Nightmare
and
Before Christmas theme.
that is
I'm-
amazing.
My latest sweater that I did, I can't find anywhere. It's knitted. The body and the arms are knitted, and then I crocheted the trim, and I crocheted a mandala and turned it into a hood.
There
And
is a pattern.
I don't know what I
have
did with it though.
that it's a lotus vest that you can do in multiple sizes.
Yes.
And one has a hood, and one is it's intimidating, but I'm gonna do it.
One of the first things I crocheted when I picked it back up, because I crocheted most of my childhood. It was one of those things we just did.
Right.
And
Not me. I got in trouble.
yeah, when I got back into it, doing it about 18 years ago, but started doing it more regularly, I should say. One of the first things I did was crochet. I knitted. It was a knitting project. A Tibetan Monks Bag.
Ooh.
And these bags, the Tibetan monks, the bags that it was modeled after, that the Tibetan monks carry, everything they own is in that bag.
Yeah.
So the size is, well, ungodly. And
It's the size of a human. It's okay.
and the strap, the shoulder strap, is like 6 inches wide.
Oh my god.
And what I used was this black yarn. It was industrial yarn that I got. It was recycled plastic, but it was soft.
Right.
I don't know where I got it. Thank God I had enough. I didn't realize how big it was going to actually be until I started. Like, I got one piece done and I realized this is only one piece.
It's gonna be huge.
But then I lined it with red satin and did some really cool frogs that I found somewhere. The frogs are those knot closures, for any of you out there who don't know, that are on a lot of Japanese and Chinese clothes. And I used that for everything for the longest time. I think I finally gave it to somebody who really was moving somewhere. They had to like downsize. I'm like, here, this, you can have this because I don't use it anymore. And whatever you can fit in there, you get to take with you. They were so happy.
So Justin decided he needed a new shower bag for the truck, and he shows me this backpack that is half my size, right? He says, "Do you want one?" And I was like, "No, I'm okay." He's like, "No, do you want one?" And I was like, "That would make a great go bag for yarn." I was like, "You could put a small child in there, but I'm going to put yarn in it."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I should have
It's
brought
like
it over. I have a yarn bag
I have
that a
multiples.
friend gave me.
I have multiples. I have go bags for everything, and I have.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I want that one too. That would be great for that project. Oh my god, that would be
Right.
great for that project.
Like, I have people have sent me legitimate yarn bags for when I travel.
Mm-hmm.
And
The ones with
I
the pull holes, I love those.
Yes, yes.
That's my
yes.
favorite. Those are my favorite. That's what I use.
I've got one, and I think it's in my shed, which is a disaster. So that's scary.
Yeah.
But it holds, I kid you not, like 12 different skeins and has like
Oh
24
yeah.
different. I'm like, yes.
I love my
Um,
bag. I used to take it. We used a friend of mine and I would meet up at Panera a few years ago every like Wednesday night or something like that. I can't remember. And we just sit and crochet and drink coffee for a couple hours.
yeah,
Just hang out like we were doing here. Only in the real life, which we can't do anymore. So let's do it here.
right.
And it was great. It was, you got to stay in contact with a friend and you got to get something done. And some of us, which now I know I was just diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder. Okay, so let's see if I can. First, you have places to put your yarn,
Yes.
and then it has little holes up here and Velcro to hold it down. And then trying to
It's got pockets.
this way. There's a pocket up here. I put all my. This isn't even remotely even a fraction of the hooks and needles I have. And then there's pockets on the side, and then there's this big honking opening in the back
Oh my goodness.
for more yarn.
That's about the size of the one that I have in the barn. I've just gotten to the point where I just put because I've got so many crochet hooks and like a set of or I've got multiple sets of regular knitting needles, and then I've got the ones with the cords on them. I'm just getting into knitting. Don't judge me. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. There's circular
no,
needles.
me
Which is-
too. Me too. Don't worry about it.
I do both, and this is why. I like being able. I do a lot of knitting for big projects. If I'm doing clothing, if I'm doing something that I want to lay very flat or very,
Right.
I like what's the word I'm looking for, the fall. I want it to fall very straight. And not be heavy. And then, but a lot of the trims I like are lace trims, which you do with crochet. So
Right.
I incorporate both in many of my projects. I'm like, oh, that's nice, but I'm going to crochet a different edge on that, or I'm going to knit this onto that. I'm going to put a knit triangle in here to make it bigger or whatever. I don't use patterns very often because most of the time I have to alter them anyway. So I go, that looks like okay, I got it.
I have
see,
Frankenstein,
that's
so many
where-
patterns.
So that's where I would go and take that pattern that I had Frankenstein and then write down everything that I had done that was differently, and then use different color yarn and then sell it as a pattern.
See, you're gonna have to be like Monica. When Monica went behind me when I was making bread one day, and I said, you put about this much salt, and she goes, don't you dare hold still. And she would take the teaspoon and like scoop it off my hand, and she measured everything out. So now I have a bread recipe. Because
I can't go by measurements because Mama always said that was just a suggestion.
Oh,
people are like,
my
how do you
gram
make
said the
that?
same thing.
I don't know. It tasted good and it smelled good. It tasted
That's
like
how
I
Grant-
did this, so I put this in it. Or I'll have leftovers and I'll throw it all together, make a casserole or something like that.
Right.
And people are like, "Oh, this is so good." I said, "Don't get used to it again," because I don't know what I put in it.
In all honesty, like the whole knitting thing for me started because, everybody went nuts over the circular machines on TikTok.
Right.
And of course I'm like, oh, well, I can make beanies with that in no time and it'll be great. And then I got the first one and got the attachment and set a drill on it and almost burned the house down with it, threw it across the house. So then I had to order another one. And now there's a 48 pin, there's a 40 pin, and I also have a flatbed knitting machine that I need to play with. It's just like as seen on TV, but it'll give me the gateway to learn how to do it. So if I decide that I want to go into like an actual flatbed machine, then I'll have some kind of knowledge beforehand. And while I was waiting for the first one to show up, I was like, well, I should probably learn how to do at least a basic knit in case anything happens.
Well, and to pick up stitches and stuff like that the machine drops, it's good to have that. And crochet, and when it comes to that, crochet and knit are very similar. Because it's hoops going into hoops.
Right.
So.
My poor husband, he laughs. Because he's like, you do realize that calling the house the craft box is not okay, right? Like, look.
Oh, yeah. Listen, we need to go to the craft box.
I'm like, look, you have your own little truck house. And I have my house. And this is my craft box. I was telling a teenager yesterday, because he's going through his rebellion. Okay, fine, whatever. We're going to one step at a time with it. I'm not going to get... So I told him that if he didn't quit doing something, he was going to start sleeping in the living room, and I was going to turn his bedroom into my craft room. And he said, "But I like my bedroom." And I was like, "Well, stop doing what you're doing, and we won't have to do that."
Quit being an asshole.
Yes. He swears up and down I'm the meanest person on the planet.
My 18-year-old doesn't talk, but man, does he give me looks. And sometimes he does stuff like he threw drawers from the dresser last night to get our attention and broke it. I looked at him and said, "Quit being an asshole." He goes, "Eh," and walks away.
I tell mine all the time to stop being an asshole. I think that I think it flips around in his brain and it says, "Be more of an asshole." Yeah. Honestly.
We're not supposed to end it with asshole, right? Right. No, you're not supposed to end it with that. You're supposed to end it with something like,
oh no, nice. I've told him before. I'm like, look, dude, do you drive a douche canoe? No.
Yeah.
Positive yeah, if you positively reinforce this teenager, he's going to think that I'm dying. I swear to God, I've never laid a hand on this kid.
Pills, Mom.
right? I swear, I've never laid a hand on him, but I swear, I threaten his existence at least once a day. I'm like, I'm going to murder you. I'm going to beat you until you can't stand up.
People are like, oh, our parents were okay. I'm a Gen Xer raised by baby boomers.
Yep.
And people are like, oh, baby boomers, they beat their kids. My mother, okay. I remember being scared to death. I mean, scared to death of the wooden spoon.
Right.
I do not honestly remember being actually hit with it.
So, my parents actually were abusive.
But somehow she did it right. I don't know how she did it to this day.
She got you one time that you will never remember because you blocked it out. It got you right perfectly in the cup, and you were like, never again.
Never. My brain went, See,
my mom didn't have a wooden spoon because she kept breaking them because she would get really mad and she would hit them with things and then break. I might have been the result of a break or two. Anyway, she had a 2x4 that she had whittled a handle into and called it the boss. That thing scared me.
I knew a couple who were into that.
I mean, my dad called me brat from day one. I didn't know he was right, but that's a whole different story.
That's a whole nother issue. Oh, too funny. It's like, I was telling Doll earlier today, we were talking on the phone, I said, somebody on Instagram messaged me. They said, "Hey, little one, how you doing?" I said, do I fucking know you?
You're not my dad.
You're not my daddy. You're not Sky Daddy. Who are you?
Who are you? Who are you?
Freaked me out at first. I'm like, wait a minute. It was a switch for you. Now, so, as a child, I was raised differently, which I didn't realize until I was in my early 20s. But one of the things we learned as children was self-defense. Hand to hand, we learned how to use weapons, and one of the weapons we learned how to use was a bow staff. Mm-hmm. We called them fighting sticks, but they're technically bow staffs.
Right. And
let me tell you, my great-grandfather was really good with those things. Broke one over my shoulder when I was about 10 years old and not paying attention. That hurt. A lot.
So, as physical as my parents were, they also decided that my father needed to teach me hand to hand because he was military.
Right.
And when I was able to keep up with him, he decided we needed to do martial arts. And then after that, Mamaw decided to teach me the art of cast iron throwing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're real good with those. And then living in southern New Mexico, you get real good with throwing chanclas real quick. Like I am dead aim with a flip-flop. Don't come at me.
Don't worry, I'm good, dude. I got you. Don't worry about it. Just keep running, buddy. Just keep running.
we were at an event, and I think it was like a monster truck rally. And this was when my teenager was probably 10 or 11. And we were standing in line, and we had his cousins with him, and they started acting up, and I flipped off that flip-flop, and the little boy in front of him looked at him, and he was like, "That's gonna hurt. Don't do it. She's gonna get mad. I'm scared for you.
It's gonna hurt."
And he just thought that was the funniest thing until, one came zooming past his head one day, and he was like, "Oh, you weren't lying. You are dead aim with those."
It wasn't a joke. I've told this before, but it's a funny story and it's so true. What the biggest thing about my family is, yes, we learned hand-to-hand combat, but one of the biggest rules was no hitting. You didn't hit each other.
No.
So, on my father's side of the family, I was the only girl and the smallest. Like all the guys in my dad was the smallest guy at 6'2".
Uh-huh.
And I think the smallest girl besides me was my mother, but she didn't count because she wasn't from that side of the family. Because she's a midget. Anyhow, one day we were out visiting my father's side of the family, and my cousins were over. We were over at my cousin's house, and Timmy, Tony, and Troy, the three boys, were picking on me.
But you're not supposed to hit them.
No. So my mom left the house, and we were playing in the front yard, and they started picking on me again. And the eldest, Timmy, decided he was going to try to swing at me. My great-grandma Ludwig was sitting in the rocker in the front porch, yelling at us in German. We had no idea what she was saying. And he went to punch me. I grabbed his arm, threw him face first onto the ground, and sat my knees into his shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
And would not get up. And he couldn't get up because I had him
Pinned.
I had him dead to rights. But so I sat there and I waited and I waited and I waited, and she's laughing the whole time. She just starts cackling. And the other guys were like trying to get me off of him a few times, but then they gave up. And he's crying by the time my mom pulls up in the car. And she gets out of that car, and I tell you, the hellfire that was raining from this woman's eyes as she looked at me. And I didn't say a word. I just wide-eyed, kind of looking up at her. And Grandma Ludwig's laughing. She goes, "She did not hit anybody."
I followed the rules. I promise. I didn't hit anybody.
There was no hitting. She saved my bacon that day. There was no hitting.
There was when my oldest was very, very tiny, my mom decided she wanted to take her overnight, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So when I go to pick her up the next day, I'm like, okay, so what happened? She says, well, we had to teach a very valuable lesson. And I said, yeah, what's that? She says that we don't hit. And I said, oh, what happened? She says she walked up and she smacked her papaw. So I picked her up and popped her on the butt and told her, you don't hit anybody. I was like, Ma. She popped my kid and told her she can't hit nobody.
Mixed messages there, Ma.
She said, do as I say. I said, no, we don't play that around here. Oh my God.
Damn the man, save the empire. There's a new regiment coming in. Oh. Well, I hope y'all are having fun. Hi, Casey. How you doing?
Hi.
In the description below are links to all our social media right next to our names. So if you want to find us other places, we are in millions of places.
Everywhere.
But definitely check out our TikTok and our Instagrams. Dell and I both have Patreon accounts, so if you want to check those out.
I wouldn't.
And
even
I know
what to
we
do
have
with
wish
Patreon.
lists. Do you have wish lists? I haven't checked out your link yet.
I do. I have 2 different ones. I have one for my OC, and then I have a yarn wish list because you know I am a yarn whore.
Oh, I know.
Oh my god.
No joke.
I
She
didn't
is
think
really
about that.
another
You
list.
just gave me the biggest
Yes.
idea. Oh my god. I'm gonna start another list.
Look what you done
Crafting
did.
list. Oh my god.
I just put everything on my one.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes. Just yes.
You can make more than one. I'm just saying.
I'm just gonna have a list. Mel, I need a link tree, Mel. Mel, last time, Mel.
I got off of Linktree actually, and I went to Beacons because Linktree was having issues with TikTok for a while.
Actually, and Linktree is now having issues with Instagram, so I moved to something else, which I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to be posting that soon everywhere. Because the Linktrees, TikTok was dumb. I'm sorry, but this was dumb. And
what about TikTok isn't dumb at this point, though?
Yeah. Decided that anyone who had a Linktree must have pornography sites linked to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, no, nothing in my Linktree. Now, I know people who have fans only. I know people who have porn hubs. I know people who have different stuff. And, you know, more power to you. I'm all for sex workers. But they didn't have them in their Linktrees on purpose because they don't want people getting into the paywall stuff without paying.
Right.
And sometimes with Linktrees, you can bypass that, but I'm not going to tell you how. If you can figure it out, more power to you.
It's possible, but I'm not telling you how. You figure that out. You get caught.
That's big magic. You got to figure it out yourself.
Right.
So I need to call all my IT friends.
I'm getting blinded by
the thing that killed me is I used it for years before I even ever did TikTok, which I did TikTok the first time. I don't remember how many years ago that was.
Right.
But I was using Linktree and Instagram way before that. And then all of a sudden, Instagram's like, this is a volatile site or something like that. I'm like,
well, the most like with Beacons, what happens is when you click on it, it just says it's going to take you to a website outside of what you're on.
Yeah, which is what Linktree used to do. So I got mad, and because you know, I have a mouth, and I found the phone number to the guy who runs Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying how.
Oh shit! You went up the chain.
I skipped everybody on the chain.
She said, I Super Saiyan jumped that shit.
And I called, but of course I got a voice message, and at one point in time I got an assistant, but she was no help. Let me tell you, she was a good assistant. I would have hired her. But damn, she pissed me off. So I also friended him on Instagram.
Oh.
And commented on every single post.
You got his attention.
He didn't care.
Oh,
he still didn't care. So, because he didn't care, I went to Linktree. Since Linktree has a Linktree in their Instagram, and you think Linktree would want to have Instagram be friendly to them.
No.
We're sorry, we can't do anything. Oh, no. I pay you guys so I can have the pretty Linktree.
Right.
That does the extra stuff with pictures and animation and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
You're going to tell me you're not going to help me? You done pissed me off.
You got him. You just grabbed him.
So they're like, well, we'll do what we can. And they
didn't do nothing.
Useless. Useless. Useless as tits on a boar hog.
Which are excruciatingly useless. Like, I can't figure out why my male cats have nipples either, but that's a whole other rant for a whole other day.
Just in case.
Y'all very confused. She's
case.
Like, wait, what?
It's an old farmer swear. Tits on a boar hog.
I need a pair of scissors.
Oh, so I got these cute little things. Do you want to borrow them?
Oh, those are cool.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen those before. Snippies.
Thank you so much.
love
Thank
them.
you very much. I just go ahead and hand them.
I do that to people all the time. They're like, I need this, I need that. I'm like, here you go.
Thank you. Thank
So
you very
one of the
much.
things I do that drives
Hold
people
on.
crazy is this is how I cut my yarn.
I've done it.
And it drives people crazy. And I'm like, look, I'm not, usually the only sharp object I have is my pocket knife. And I'm not dulling it on yarn.
Right.
With that, I can just rip it apart.
I've used
Plus,
pretty
if
much
you're going to do a
everything
Russian
you can
bind,
use.
if you're going to do a Russian bind or whatever it's called, where you weave them into each other,
Yes.
this and
That is
works
beneficial.
better.
Yes.
Yeah. Which
I
is what
had
I
to-
use a lot.
A friend of mine, she was calling a magic knot a Russian join, and I was like, honey, that's not a Russian
That's a
join. I was
magic-
like, you
Took
need to
me
YouTube that.
forever to figure out the magic knot because people would
Oh,
do it
it's
so
simple.
fast. And then when I finally figured it out, I'm like, I was already doing it.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was doing it, but I was already doing it.
What?
The magic
It's kind
knot,
of like the magic knot.
Oh.
not the magic circle, which, oh God, I hate those things.
Magic
Me
circle.
too. Oh
I
my
found-
God. The worst.
I found a different way of doing them, which works much easier for me. And if you want, I can send you the TikTok on how I learned to do it. But yeah, I hate anything that starts with a magic circle, like amigurumis. I'm like, oh no.
Well, have you guys ever used for your starting? Let me see if I can find. Here's some red that might show up better. For your starting, instead of if you're doing a chain which has 2 rows of chain 1, instead of doing just chaining 1, do both rows at the same time. Have you ever done
Like a
that?
foundationless.
Yeah.
My biggest accomplishment was learning how to do a foundationless half double.
So you start,
Oh yeah, a foundation chain, a foundation.
and then you do 1
Chain.
stitch.
Mm-hmm.
You go back into that stitch. And boy, I need my camera set up different for this. Go back through so you have 2 loops on it, and then you pull through.
Yeah.
And then you do it again. You go back in. It's like all of a sudden you have 2 rows. I love it. It's one of my go-tos when I'm doing stuff.
Yeah, when I figured out how to do a foundationless half double, I was like, what?
What?
Oh, game on, motherfucker. Game on. I am never going to use a foundation chain ever again.
Well, it's so hard to keep your tension. It never looks clean. I always have, if I do a chain, I always end up putting some kind of edging on it because I don't like
Right.
the aesthetic. Mel, if you're still here, I'm not sorry that I used that word.
Does she not like aesthetic?
I use it a lot.
Oh,
Like, use
I'm
that
all
word a
about
lot.
it though. Like,
It's
I
my
went to
favorite
a
word.
friend's- I'm not going to say what my favorite word is. It's a little controversial.
What,
I have a
fuck?
pillow that says it though. No, that's my second favorite word.
Oh.
Here, hold on. I'll go grab the pillow and let you
We
judge
can
me.
read it. I know what Doll's favorite word is. No, I'm kidding. Doll's least favorite
No.
word.
Oh my God, I hate it. But you know
Oh,
what? Hey,
Kakatunga.
speaking of which, oh, beautiful.
I got
Speaking
better
of which,
for it.
you guys, hey, if you want your own very own doll necklace, go to KendraLash.com. There's a little baby doll that has the word moist
You want me to say it?
on it.
Oh.
But it's the cutest little thing. It's so cute. And then on the back, Kendra actually signs it. And it's beautiful. Absolutely great.
Yeah, Kendra Lash does wonderful wearable art. If you ever see, I wear the chandelier necklace quite often. I always wear it when I'm doing Lollipop, who's one of my
Okay,
biggest
look,
characters.
I have money in my bank account.
I
Stop
have
telling
this-
you where to buy stuff.
I have the chandelier earrings and I have the Tipsy Point necklace bracelet. She also sent both Doll and I. Let me see if I can reach these.
Oh my God, these are the cutest things, Cherry.
And
Seriously,
they're right-
they're so cute.
Is it going to be one of those just take my money?
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
really good with take my money.
you're gonna need
Oh
these
God, like
Okay,
for real,
not
though.
only are
They're
these adorable-
UV.
They glow in the dark.
Yeah, see? Right.
I could put those under my gauges.
Yeah, and also they come in black.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I know. That's what I said too.
And they're really big. See?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
See,
they're beautiful, gorgeous.
We have I've obtained an obsession with like Etsy and like small business and
Yep.
Her
Support
stuff is
small businesses.
kendralash.com. It's all handmade.
Yep.
She makes it herself. And if you use Vixie's Squad, all one word, all small letters, you get 10% discount.
Oh, I like a discount.
I love
like a good
discounts.
discount.
I love a bargain.
Yeah.
Oh, my eye. My eyelashes are like sticking together. What the
Doll,
heck?
you missed it. I went live on the big TikTok earlier to come do all the war paint, and I have figured out that hot coffee does not affect me the same way that cold coffee does. I was a spaz.
It was
Great.
wonderfully fun.
Oh my
I'm the same
gosh.
I love cold coffee.
Oh
my God,
coffee's
yes.
So good.
Oh my god. Okay, so we don't have a Dunkies where I live. We don't
Right.
have a
Oh
Dunkin'
no!
Which is
Oh my
wrong.
God! I am so sorry for you.
Right.
I
I know. I
apologize.
said the
I
same
am so
thing.
sorry for your loss.
Right. Like
I-
now granted, I buy the coffee to make in my Keurig because I do
Right.
like
I mean,
I
next
make
best thing.
Right. I don't do the K-cups because there's a preservative in them that messes
Yeah.
with people. So I just go get the regular reusable and I use just the regular grounds.
Right.
Now, granted, there's like 5 or 6 Starbucks in the town that I normally go to go shopping in, but there's no Dunkies. However, tomorrow, guess who gets to get Dunkies?
Oh, that's right. You're going on the truck tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm going on the truck. So we're going to go. We have a stop in Topeka, which there's a travel center that has a Dunkies.
I was going to say, there's travel center there.
Nice.
Most travel centers have them now.
Yes, which is amazing because if I ever actually got on the road, I would not be drinking water anymore. I would probably gain every bit of weight that I've lost back, and that's okay because it would all be on coffee.
So Dunkin', sponsor us. Look what we have. We have a convert. Okay.
I've been see the thing is with Dunkin', like when I was a kid, my papa used to go to Dunkin's because he was that old guy that went to the coffee shop every morning and hung out with his friends, and that's how he, and then he'd go fishing or whatever. Well, during the summers, that's what I would do with them is we would go to Dunkin's and then we would go do whatever. And like I've tried getting their attention. I'm like, look, I stop every time I find one. I bought cups. I use your products in my home. This is like a timed honored tradition in my family. Can we please just get a free cup?
Doll has the coolest thermos.
Oh my God.
She has a classic Dunkin' Donut thermos. I love it.
Like the white one with the orange and pink lettering and the orange top?
Well, hold on.
Or is it the pink top?
It's the original one.
Hold on.
Which I think is orange and brown.
Oh.
Yeah. She's got one of the original ones. I was jealous. The first time I saw it, I'm like, I am so jealous. I can't even see straight.
I need to get one. But yeah, I know everybody's all excited. They're like, "Oh, can you stop?" And I'm like, "No, I can't."
I know. I saw that. I'm like,
no.
you people, leave her alone.
So like normally, if I go on like a trip out of state with him, then I absolutely we try to make time to stop.
Right.
Just to like if we're in.
Where in the world? Where did I put this? Okay, so I have 2 different kinds. I have this one, which is
the newer one.
Yep, this is the newer one. This is like the flask everybody was going nuts about. Which I love that one. But then I have this beautiful
I love that.
Dunkin'
Oh
thermos.
my God.
Okay.
I want to have its babies.
Right.
And it comes out. You can have like little snacks at the bottom.
Isn't that awesome?
Fucking amazing.
And this comes off. And it keeps everything cold or hot for legitimately 12 hours. I had put this in the refrigerator and there was still ice in it. Like exactly the size as I put it in there. Like how? Like I don't even need to worry about it. Like holy crap. Shit. Just keep it all cold for the rest of my life.
I just bought one last week and it looks like a little keg and it says it keeps iced for 48 hours. I was like, how?
Yeah.
This is a smart cooler. Once I accidentally, I think it was my eldest son, broke the top of my coffee culotta, which is not what they call them anymore. They call them frozen coffees. So I put it in here. I couldn't suck it through the straw because it was almost like an ice cube once I put it in here.
Oh.
12 hours later, I had to take off the top and eat it with a spoon.
Oh my god.
That thing works really, really well.
Really well. Like better than Yeti.
Yeah. Well, yeah, actually, I got this instead of a Yeti because I'm like, I cannot pay that much for a cup. I just can't.
No.
I can't do it.
You have a koozie? Because I have a koozie addiction, I have contemplated it.
Now, I do crochet. I use cotton, and one of the things I crochet. We have mason jar tops. I have antique mason jars, and we use them to drink out of.
Yeah, same.
And they have the tops. I have the pour tops. I have the tops like this for them, and I crocheted koozies with hoops and buttons on them, and very tight cotton, so that if they sweat, you don't slip in. My glass mason jars don't get broke, right. You know, unless the kids are being assholes. But then,
mine likes to throw them away.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Why do teenagers feel the need to throw away perfectly good glasses and silverware?
I don't know.
Well, silverware is a bitch. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but don't throw it away. Let's hold
I
a
know.
little bit.
I know. Somebody was over helping us one time.
Mm-hmm.
And they threw away one of my green glass mason jars.
Oh no.
Not the new ones that just came out. These are older than my mother.
Oh no.
I cried. I said, don't touch shit. Don't touch shit. Because I still use stuff. You know, I don't have stuff around my house that I don't use. Everything in my house usually has like more than one purpose.
Yes.
Right. So people are like, well, at least it was something you don't use. And I'm like, why do you think it was there?
Listen, bitch, we finna talk. You in my way. You need to move. She was getting in my way.
She was getting in your personal space.
She was in the bubble. I put her there, but she didn't have to get so close and aggressive.
I saw her sneaking over there, closer.
Justin's funny with her.
Really, just wanted all your love, honey. That's what
she really does. Now, okay, so when I got this thing, Justin freaked out. He was like, "It has no head, it has no arms, it has no legs, and it doesn't adjust." And I was like, "No, it's just for show." And he was like, so then a friend of mine in Olathe decided that I needed a head for it, so she gave me one of her beauty school heads. And she's over in the corner, so I have to drill her out so I can stick her on top. And then I'm going to crochet some arms. Or I might drill some holes out and buy a mannequin to put arms and legs on her. Because every time he sees her, he's like, nope, there's a scary bitch in it. Nope, and the scary bitch ain't you.
All I can think of is the Ghostbusters with the girls. Oh, Room Full of Nightmares ain't going in there. One of my favorite scenes. Room Full of Nightmares. Don't say anything. I told you not to say anything. Oh, too funny.
I've never seen a grown-ass 6'4", 300-plus-pound man be afraid of anything. I purposely put her behind the closet door so when he opens it, he just, nope. It's great.
So I put a little black edge around one of my squares tonight. That's what I did.
I worked on a couple of those. On my shawl that's going.
I finished the centerpiece of my pillow and I'm starting to do the other ruffle.
The ruffles. I love that. I definitely have that in my room. I like it a lot.
I like it.
In my room, I'd have it everywhere in my house.
I used to have, in my old house, I had a very big, well, it wasn't very big, a good sized kitchen though. And it was painted red and it was all Halloween paraphernalia everywhere. Because I had that space on top of the cupboards that I can't reach. So of course I had to put stuff up there.
That's
so
what
I had
my Hello Kitty water thing is.
Oh, I put glass pumpkins and witches and skulls. all kinds of stuff. And then I got a whole bunch of tin plates that had Halloween, like 1950s Halloween posters. I loved those things. Those were really cool.
I am all about Halloween. Like, I could have Halloween every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Witches Council and I got together and we decided that was okay.
Okay, well, since it's been decided.
I mean, yeah, straight up.
We said it was okay. It would be good.
Okay.
Just make sure to make an ancestors plate at night so nobody gets pissed off.
Absolutely.
I have a permanent place that I have set up over at the dining room table where it's just for
a dumb chair.
Like, yeah.
We
would have a plate out by our front door when I was growing up, and so when we had dinner parties, people knew that we would put a plate out. So people would start like volunteering, going around getting the first plate and putting it out by the door. It was really cool. My mom comes over one day and she had cupcakes. So she put one on the plate as she's coming in and she goes, I don't know whose dinner that was, but I put one of the cupcakes on their plate. Like, Mom, it's the ancestor plate. Okay. I know we grew up in the same family. I know we did. I was there.
You taught me this.
But it's so funny. Whoever's plate that is. Whose plate that is? Smart ass.
Whose plate is that? Don't know.
I don't know. Grandma's.
No.
Papa was hungry. Leave him alone. Give him an extra one, Ma. He wants another cupcake. We would take homemade bread over to my great grandparents' house, and they'd cut the ends off and each get a heel because it was their favorite part. So they had to cut both ends of the bread off so they wouldn't fly.
No,
over.
this is mine.
Especially cinnamon raisin bread.
Oh,
The heels off.
I can see that.
It would be like, so they wouldn't fight.
Here yet again talking about food.
Of course we are.
I mean, we always end it with food.
We do.
And
because usually I'm hungry.
Over here, like, I'm breaking keto today, by the way. Not really, but kind of. I mean, I'm just going to take the bun off my burger. It'll be fine, right? Yeah, it's okay, bud.
Sure.
I got to say somewhat, because I lose all self-control when Justin comes home, honestly. Like, I do keto throughout the week. I drink all the water I'm supposed to. I'm a really good kid. And as soon as he comes home, he's like, you want a Pepsi and a burger? I'm like, yes, please. That's not how you keto, dummy, but yes, please.
Yes. Absolutely. Give me all of that.
I have to get back onto my reality again. And one of the things I do is have a free day whenever I'm doing some kind of counting. And people are like, oh, it'll wreck your whatever, fill in the blank. It really doesn't. Most doctors who are up to date in their studies will tell you that a free day makes you feel like you're in control, which gives you less stress. And females, let me tell you another thing. My doctor let me know that women carry most of their weight because of stress. Mm-hmm. So leave me alone, you motherfuckers. I can't.
Right.
Yeah.
I can turn anything into a weapon, including you. Don't fuck with me.
Cutting calories, one of my doctors said instead of cutting calories, you need an extra hour of sleep.
Yeah. It's been proven scientifically that women need more sleep than men anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And I'm over here surviving on like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, 3 to 4 hours is not cutting it.
No, let me tell you. At 41 years old, I'm just now starting to get my grays in. And they are rapidly showing up, and I'm like, can we stop stressing me out?
Can we stop that, please?
Because as glorious and amazing as they are, because I'm embracing them, I don't need that many glitter highlights right now. Okay, I still look like I'm young enough to pass, but no, we don't need the glitter highlights yet.
I wish they would all like converge onto one spot.
Yes.
So that I'd have a streak. Like my
I totally want to rogue my shit. Like I just want.
Oh yeah. My great grandmother had a black widow's peak until the day she died at 108.
Oh my goodness.
And the rest of her hair was snow white. I mean, it looked like a cotton ball. This little black streak. That they would set her hair and they'd take it and make it do this pin curly thing on the side up here. It was so cool. Because she was
Mama.
a set girl. She get her hair set once a week, Saturday night, just before church.
Yes. If it wasn't Friday, it was Saturday.
Yeah.
And you had the silk bonnets and the silk pillowcases, because if your hair wasn't a cotton ball, you was messy. You was a messy old lady.
She was a messy old lady.
Let me tell you, I did hair, and them women are very
That's
particular
bread
about how
and butter
they
right there.
Yes.
That is your bread and butter.
Absolute.
I had one girl, I used to manage one of my uncle's salons, and I had one girl one of the younger girls, the newer ones, she like, don't give me sets. I'm like, are you serious?
Give them all to me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My Eleanor would go, I take them all. Thank you. Thank you very much. So the one day she's complaining about money. I said, you know why you're not making money, right? Like these other girls? It's because you don't do the sets. Sets are your bread and butter. If you treat that woman well, she'll be back at least once a week. Sometimes they'll come out for a comb out in the middle of the week.
Yep.
And they will tip you like nobody's business.
And it's guaranteed they need a perm at least once a month.
Yes. Yeah. Guaranteed perm and usually a color or a rinse.
Right.
That's money. Bank it.
Yes. Like what? No. Like my main focus was nails, because I'm a biter, and that's why I went to school, was to learn how to do nails. Don't look at mine right now. They're not polished. We're not going to talk about it. It's been a week. Anyway. So my main focus was nails, and I learned how to do hair just as a, okay, it was a buffer. But let me tell you, them little old ladies, when you specialize in something and they see that you also do something else besides doing sets, they're like, oh, you do that? How much do you charge for that? Oh, well, book me in for an extra this amount of time so you can do my nails as well. Oh, you do petties too? Oh,
you got that one client for most of the day.
Yes.
Paying your whole paycheck for the week.
Yes. Yeah. That one client pays your rent, your electric, your water, your gas, everything.
We love them. They're our favorite people.
Yes.
No matter how much shit you got to sit and listen about Tibby the Toad sitting on the porch. We love Tibby the Toad.
Right. And not only that, but they will bring their family in, and they will make permanent appointments.
Oh, yeah.
And it hurt when I stopped doing hair. But let me tell you, it was an experience, and I do not regret it. It is. I can roll a set out in like 10 minutes flat.
I used to help with the one girl. I didn't have a degree, so I wasn't being paid, so I could help legally. I would help the new girls roll sets because they weren't fast enough. And one woman looked at me and said, "Why don't you do this?" I said, "No, I don't want to do this all the time." And the other thing I would do is braids for weddings.
I can't do braids for nothing.
Proms. I can look at a braid and do it. Do you remember when Lord of the Rings came out and those elves had all those braids? Oh, right. Let me tell you, I get paid really good money to do that.
I bet.
20 plait braid.
Ooh.
20 plait braid. All plaits are braided. I usually need 2 extra people just to hold stuff. You hold this, you hold this. Because clips don't work when you're dealing with braids.
No. That's just going to come unraveled, and you're going to have to figure that out, because bobby pin ain't going to hold that neither. But no, I never could do braids.
Yeah, somebody, at one point in time, my uncle looked at me and said, "Who taught you how to do that one?" I said, "I saw it in a magazine the other day, so I did it." He goes, "Guess what you just volunteered for?" He hated braiding too. Your turn. Guess what you just volunteered for? All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming today. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait until next week.
I actually got some stuff done.
Yeah. See, that was kind of, I had extra,
motivation.
Plans. It's just, I love it when a plan comes together.
I love it when a plan's successful.
So if any of you all are interested in being on the table, you need to go down in the description below. Go to our Discord server. Of course, Jerry. We adore you. Check out Vixie Squad Coffee House. This is where Vixie Squad friends, family, and fans get together, get to know each other. We are going, I think I already started the Homespun Magic room. If not, we will have
I haven't checked today.
If I hadn't done it yet, I will be doing it, I promise. There's also, let's see, tomorrow we have After Dark. Well, we have a makeup table at 2, and then we have After Dark at 8. Saturday and Sunday we have the Dollhouse at 10 a.m. And Saturday night we have Creators Corner at 8. And Sunday night we have Bitches with Switches if you want to see some violence.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's loud. we get mean. But don't you be mean to my girls. I'm only allowed to be mean to my girls.
I'll bring the popcorn.
Oh, let me tell you.
I mean, that's what I normally make. We normally have popcorn.
Yeah, popcorn.
Because I'm like, yep, let's go.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Come on, lifting your asses. Come on, let's go. I'm just going to eat this while we play.
That's my Switch.
Adorable.
My Switch controller.
I need to get one because I don't have one. And
okay, this is how terrible I am. Matching phone case. I also have a matching laptop case.
Okay.
I liked it.
You liked it.
I did. I found it and I got all squee, and then I found out that I could have the. Oh my god!
See, that would be me.
And then there were stickers.
Oh god!
And so I have gothic stickers all over my keyboard. If anybody wants to see that, it's on my Instagram. I regret nothing.
Never regret anything. I hold no regret for anything.
I don't either. Really,
I regret nothing.
Makes me who I am. Again, look in the description below for all the links. Follow all the links. Check everything out. And we'll catch you again later.
Yeah.
Anybody have any parting words of wisdom? Or, smartassery is fine too.
Love your fellow human even when they're stupid.
Fuck off.
Ooh. Yay. Remember, we're all made up of the stars. And that makes us extraordinary creatures. Find your spark, ignite your passion, and make your dreams come true. I believe in you. If you need me, I'm only a damn way. Catch you all on Planet Flipside.
Okay, love you, bye!
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think I have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy. The one who showed me